This podcast is brought to you without paywalls, thanks to our digital subscribers. Our subscribers want to cut through the chaos and get to what really matters. If that sounds like you, visit BrainerdDispatch.com/subscribe for our introductory offer of just $6 for 6 months. Good morning, Brainerd Lakes area. It's Tuesday, April 7th. I'm Teresa Burke with your Brainerd Dispatch Minute, the weekday podcast of the Brainerd Dispatch, brought to you by Rayboyne & Francis Law Firm, catching you up on the news of the Brainerd Lakes area. Here are today's top local headlines. But first, let's hear from our sponsor.
The Rayboyne & Francis Law Firm, annoying insurers one company at a time.
Rayboyne & Francis gets it done. 828-9211.
A 24-year-old Brainerd woman was arrested last week for allegedly stealing a steel plate with a crate for a sign at Wells Fargo on Washington Street. Taya Carrico was charged in Crow Wing County District Court with 1 count of felony theft. A Wells Fargo worker reported the theft happened overnight. Surveillance video showed a suspect on a large bicycle driving up to the construction site at the bank just before 1 a.m. on March 31st. A large pile of product for the new sign was stacked in packaging and crates in the parking lot, with writing on the crates. An officer reviewing the footage recognized the suspect as Carrico. When asked why she stole the item, she stated her father discussed the need of a box or crate, and she believed the items were being discarded because they were near the dumpster. Upon arrest, officers located items on Carrico that were believed to have been stolen from Walgreens. She is due back in court on April 29th. Read more on the case in today's e-edition or at BrainerdDispatch.com. Potential consequences are rolling in for Republican State Representatives Elliot Engen and Walter Hudson, following a DWI for Engen and the two allegedly drinking on the job last week. Last night, House Leader Jamie Long and Representative Sam Sensor-Mura announced plans to file an ethics complaint against the two men for leaving the Education Finance Committee early on March 26th to allegedly grab food and drinks at a nearby restaurant. A photo taken by a food delivery driver appears to show the two consuming alcohol before later appearing on the House floor. Engen was later arrested on suspicion of DWI. Check out today's Dispatch e-edition for the full story. Minnesota Supreme Court Chief Justice Natalie Hudson announced her retirement on Monday. This announcement tees up Tim Walz for a big court appointment before his exit. Hudson will retire on September 30th. State law requires mandatory retirements for judges when they turn 70 years old. Hudson turned 70 in January of 2027. Appointed in 2023, she was the third woman and the first person of color to lead the Minnesota Supreme Court. Read more on Hudson in today's e-edition. From former Dispatch publisher Terry McCullough's column, This Was Brainerd, exploring the Dispatch archives, here's today's tidbit of local history, brought to you by Mills Automotive Group. 100 years ago today, in 1926, the Dispatch reported that the report of public health nurse Eula Michael had some interesting items. There were 7 families quarantined with scarlet fever, but they were scattered across the city. The dental clinic held in schools examined 1,710 students, and 83% have defects. A variety of health services were provided to poor families at no charge. For a daily dose of This Was Brainerd, visit BrainerdDispatch.com or find McCullough's column in the newspaper or e-edition. Now here's today's Lakes area forecast, brought to you by JN Tree Service and Landscaping.
Storm Tracker.
Here's today's weather for the Brainerd Lakes area. Temperatures warming up a little by the afternoon with highs topping out near 40 degrees with a mix of sun and clouds and a steady breeze that'll keep the air moving out of the south at 10 to 20 miles an hour. As we head into the evening, we will keep an eye on that chance for a few late overnight showers, mostly moving into Wednesday morning as highs tomorrow warm up a little bit more, but we'll get those spring showers throughout the day and temperatures top out in the mid-40s. As we head late in the week, Thursday still staying in the 40s for one more day, but then we get a little bit of a warm-up as we head into the weekend with some milder weather on the way. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Charles Picard.
Thanks to Mills Automotive Group, Rayboyne & Francis Law Firm, and JN Tree Service and Landscaping for their support. And thank you for listening to the Brainerd Dispatch Minute. For more news throughout the day and for information on becoming a subscriber, visit BrainerdDispatch.com. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.